Hey, so I put a post up this morning in my Inspiration for the Trailblazers group, and it was like a thought-provoking question. And I'm going to see if I can tag my good friend Susan here so that she can hop on. And because she asked such a friggin' awesome question about, of course, I can't tag her. About what I posted. And it was really about, like, can you imagine a reality where diets just didn't even exist? And like, it just wasn't even in your fields of consciousness. And do you think that that's even possible, right? Do you think it's possible to just exist in a reality completely free of this whole idea of what a diet is? And so she posted a great question, and it just provoked me to like want to drop in here and answer it. And the question was, that she's not on a diet. However, she's sensitive to wheat and gluten, so she tries to avoid those things in her diet. And from my perspective, like, is that different? And the reason why I wanted to hop on live is because this is such a fun topic regarding the difference between feeling into what your body actually needs from a nutrient standpoint and thinking about some external diet plan or meal plan or guide. And because your neighbor up the street got these certain results with this specific diet, if I do that diet, I'm going to get the same results. And those are the results that I want, and hold that somehow outside of yourself. Like, here's where I live now. This is the body that I have. I want this body. And my friend got these results and has that body now, and I want that. So I'm going to do the same thing that she did. Can that work? Of course it can work. And what I always say is all diets, they work. And they all suck, right? What I'm getting to is this. The reality that exists for all of us, where diets, there's just no such thing as a diet, is the reality where we understand how to communicate with our bodies. And we speak back and forth to our bodies all day long. So if you're eating something and you experience some sort of discomfort or pain, and you get to go in and notice that. So for example, if you're eating something that contains, let's say, wheat in it, and you notice that you're feeling bloated, you're feeling distended after, and you go in and you question that, and you go, let me go in and play with that a little bit more, and you do it again, and you use your body as an experimental ground and go, every time I eat this particular food, I have this particular reaction. That's interesting. And then you get to go in and listen to that. And then you get to decide, is this a food that my body is perhaps rejecting for some reason? If it is, then eliminate it and then go from there. And so each time you eat something, you're like, wow, this actually makes me feel really good. This is in alignment with how I really want to feel. This isn't. And there's no diet. So let's go on an extreme example. If you are doing that as a regular practice and constantly checking in with your body, you'll never, ever have to go outside and find a meal plan to follow so you can have some result. You are going to align yourself in a very cellular way, deep into your physiology, with the nutrients that your body needs, which means before you even put the food in your mouth, you're aligning to receive those nutrients. There's an energetic match between the food you're choosing and your body getting nourished from it. So what is going to happen? You're going to radiate at the best health, and you're going to drop into your best body easily, like effortlessly, where a diet doesn't exist, because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a diet. So you can listen and tune in. And if you're really dialed in with your body, is your body going to say to you every day, eat donuts, morning, noon, and night. Donuts, 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 all day, every day. Like, probably not, right? Because on a cellular level, like, what nutrients are our bodies pulling from a donut? Every once in a while, the body might just be like, for the love of God, can I just have a donut? Because it's just going to make me feel good. And that's okay, right? If you're feeling shitty and guilty, and then you put food in your mouth, it doesn't matter if it's a cucumber or a donut, that shitty, guilty feeling, that self-judgment feeling is creating the toxicity in your cells that is manifesting this body that maybe you don't feel so healthy in. Versus claiming first, I live in my best body. I am the fullest expression of my physiology. I am powerful. I am strong. I am vibrant. I am full of energy. I'm full of life. I'm operating at peak physiological existence. Then eat a cucumber, eat a donut, drink a glass of champagne, guzzle 5 million ounces of water a day, and you're going to align with that. So there is no diet. It's just simply, are you sensitive to wheat and gluten because you've tuned into that and you've noticed, wow, every single time I eat a piece of bread, I feel bloated and distended. Perhaps this isn't something that jives with my physiology. And then you get to go, well, what does? Well, what does? Or you're like, wow, you know what? I can eat this piece of bread. And if I'm talking myself into, I don't eat gluten. Gluten's bad. And so now all of a sudden I feel like I get distended every time I eat gluten, versus let me eat this bread with no judgment, with no preconceived notions, with no expectations, like a little 8-year-old kid. Like, I used to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on wheat bread every single day of my life, and I was fine. Let me tap in and let me just do that, see how I feel. Oh, interesting. I actually don't feel bloated. I don't feel distended. I don't feel like I'm sensitive to it. Cool. Reincorporate it into your diet if it makes you feel good, right? So you get to always decide. And the thing is, you know best what your body needs. It's just you've cut yourself off from listening, from tapping in, because you're very much focused on what diet is in right now. And again, they all work and they all suck. It's not about the external diet. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a fun challenge if you're up for it. And it's something to help you energetically clear your physiology before you go to bed at night. So when you go to bed, if you're clearing yourself, and you go to bed with that energetically cleared state, you are opening your cells up. You're opening up those lines of communication between, like, your thinking brain and your body and your physiological needs. And you're also, when you clear that out, you are rapidly improving the rate at which your cells repair and restore and replenish, which is why we need to sleep in the first place. So any damage that was done throughout the day of just being alive, you're restoring and repairing at a much more rapid rate when you can clear yourself. So at night, it could take literally 2 minutes, and you just dial in with some breath and start to visualize the best body that you get to live in, right? Choose into that body. See what comes up for you. And if, as you're visualizing this best body, you feel like, yeah, but I can never have that, then explore that. Why do you believe you're not worthy of having the very best body? What is that about, right? Can you pull that out? Can you see, oh, interesting. It's because, I took on this belief as a kid that, having a healthy body had to be hard, and I had to diet, and I had to exercise, and I had to do all these things. And I resist that. And you get to play with that a little bit, and you get to just sit with that and be with that and say, it's okay. You know what? This is okay. And that's how I used to think. And here, right now, feeling this in my body is that I want to feel like I am in my best health. And then start to generate those feelings, right? How do you create them right now? And when you're doing this at night before you go to bed for 8 hours, you're going to stew in that, right? you get to stew in that vibration of like, I am worthy of my best body. And that feels really good. So you wake up and you're in a more connected state. You're more connected and dialed into your physiology. So then you can start to navigate as you go throughout the day. And in the morning, you might want to do a check-in as well. Like, how do I feel? What does my body need? I start every day, I always ask that. I always ask my body. As soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, okay, girl, what do you need today? And I just listen and I just let it come in. And you can dial this in so fine tune it. Like, there are days where I'm like, I don't even see the food. I just see the nutrient. And I'm like, oh yeah, my body is big time craving vitamin C. Like, I feel it. So clearly I'm a little deficient and I got to load up. You'll always know. And that's what I'm here to say, right? Like, I could coach you and I could give you, a million diet plans and a million workouts in the world. And that's not what this is about. Like, you already know inside of you what your body needs to feel its best. It's just like, I can just help you reconnect to that. And it's these daily practices, like, again, 2 minutes at night just to check in and clear your body. Like, oh, is there anything you didn't get today that I deprived you of today? Is there any need that I did not meet for you today? And you're just connecting back with that trust. Does your body trust you? Do you trust your body? Well, you got to have that communication going. And in the morning, check in. How do I feel? What do you really need today? How can I show up and best support my health? What comes in? You know what? Maybe some days it is a freaking donut. It is a glass of champagne. It is a day off from working out. Other days it's like, I just need to walk. I just need to walk and breathe in nature. Maybe some days it's like, oh my God, I'm going to eat a whole pile of kale. It's just going to feel really good to me right now. Oh, I'm sensitive to wheat and gluten. I'm sensitive to wheat and gluten because my mom was sensitive to wheat and gluten. So therefore, I'm sensitive to wheat and gluten. Go in, play with that, test it. Are you sure? And don't go and get your blood tested. You can do that too. But first, tap in and listen to your own body and see what story you may have versus what is actually coming through. What is your physiology actually telling you? Maybe it is. And great, then you get to roll with that. So I hope that this was helpful. If you feel like, you have any questions regarding opening up the line of communication between your brain and your body, shoot me a comment, shoot me a message. I love talking about this stuff. I love helping people just connect back in and speak that language, right? The language of our own physiology is like harvesting the most basic wisdom that we have. And then being able to tap in and use that with the environment, whew, it's unbelievable. That's what we're part of, right? Like, it's so fascinating to me that we don't even know what lunar phase we're in. Yet we absolutely know every last detail of what Trump twittered yesterday. But we're like, wait, we're in a new moon? We're in what? Like, how does that affect my body and my creativity and my ability to receive love and give love, and maybe my eating patterns and how healthy I feel and how vital I feel? That's what we're here for. Hope this was helpful. Share this out if you feel like there's somebody who's just really trapped in their own bodies. And hopefully I can tag my friend on this and hopefully it answers her question. But if you have any other questions, please feel free. Shoot me a message. That's what I love. I love jamming on this stuff. All right. Peace out. So psyched for your freedom.